TONI RASSLIN, also known as TONI RASSLIN REACTS. Born and raised in South Mississippi, she began content creating in 2024 and a wrestling fan since the late 2000s. Had the opportunity to have a good laugh with my good sis on this episode of One-on-One with Sylvia The Siren. Hey, Tony, what's going on, girl?
Girl, nothing. Just got out of work, girl. Got to work. Had to get my baby together. So, yeah.
I know that's right. But I just want to say thank you again for coming on with me. This is Sylvia the Siren 101, and I got TONI RASSLIN. And you also know her as TONI RASSLIN Reacts on Instagram, TikTok. Yes. Listen, Tony, let me tell you. I'll never forget when I came across your page. I think it was like last year.
Yeah.
And I think it was close to WrestleMania. And you was mentioning about, listen, y'all can't be asking me about WrestleMania. Like, y'all can't be asking me questions. Just watch it. I ain't got time to explain this and that and the third. Who here? Who? It was so funny. I shared it in my story and I was just like, listen, you ain't lying. And then there's a bunch of other contents that you have done that I have shared in my story that I just listen. You're extremely funny. Like we said earlier off camera, continue being you. Continue to stop. Because listen, with this, you know, with wrestling, it's subjective and we have a lot going on as far as with the IWC. Don't stop being you when it comes to this, because like the space is getting a little bit toxic and we need the energy that you're giving us. Like, we need
yes.
Seriously. But yeah, before we jump in, you know, I just want to ask, how has your day been and like how's your mental been lately?
I've been good. My day been good. I work just like any regular person or whatever like that. Mentally, I've been fine. You know, I try to tell a lot of people, like, because a lot of people ask me, like, how do you deal with, you know, content creating? Because it can be stressful, right? And they'll ask me, like, how you deal with that and your outside life. The reason why I started content creating was I had just got out of a domestic violence relationship like a year prior, right? And a lot of people, you know, I told a few people this, but a lot of people that follow me now probably don't know this, but it was really bad. Like I was at a dark place in my life, really, really dark place. And I was like, I need something to escape, you know. I just need something to break me out of this dark hole that I've been sitting in all this time. I'm tired of being sad, you know. And I was a fan of wrestling, but I didn't know that wrestling could be, you know, have its own little dark circle as well, you know. So I started content creating, you know, people was telling me that I was funny. I always been told that I was funny, but you know, I didn't think it would go as far as it did now. And it has been some times, like, because I took a break last year and I kind of disappeared on everybody. It was like, where you been? I'm like, look, y'all crazy, okay? I need some time from y'all. Like, y'all a little bit chaotic. I just need to know what I need to do as far as like dealing with these people, like what I need to do to, you know, get myself together to deal with y'all, and then I'll come back. And I came back in December and it's been good. Like I haven't been, you know, dealing with no type of like anxiety rushes with, you know, dealing with the IWC and everything. I think it's because I know what to do now and navigating with the IWC in the wrestling world. So I've been good. I've been good. I have no complaints with life right now, to be honest.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, you know what? When it comes to the internet with wrestling, it has its positivity and it has its negativity, and it seems like the negativity is kind of like overshadowing a lot nowadays. So that's why I have this platform with me creating, you know, the one-on-ones with other creators to get them to like showcase their, you know, their story, tell their story, and then just make this like a positive light. But that's amazing. So let's touch gears a little bit. So when it came down the moment that you fell in love with wrestling, could you tell me like how old was you and like what year did you started loving wrestling?
I knew it was like in the late 2000s. I was really young. I was in elementary school. I knew nothing about wrestling. I have two older brothers. They was a little chaotic growing up, and I would always mess with them, being a younger sibling, of course, and would go in their room messing with them. And one time I went in there and they was watching it, and I remember it like it was yesterday. I was watching Stone Cold and The Rock. And I was
Mhm.
like, what is this y'all watching? And I was like, it's wrestling. I'm like, what is wrestling? Like, I've never heard of it. And I just sat in their room. I was surprisingly, they let me sit in there because I didn't think they were gonna let me sit in there, but they let me sit in there. It was like, look, you can watch it, just be quiet and just sit there. And I was hooked on it. They had even stopped watching it eventually because I guess they feel like they got too old for it. You know, some people they
Yeah.
think, yeah. And I kept watching this. I had to been in elementary school or so. I was really, really young because I'm 28 now. So since then I've been hooked. Since then.
Could you tell me who's your favorite male wrestler and your favorite female wrestler?
When I first started, I was in love with the Undertaker. Loved him down. I've always been like the scary type of kid, like love anything horror, Halloween, anything that like spooky. Fell in love with him the first minute I saw him. And then Lita. I loved Lita when I first started because she was a little tomboyish, you know, and I was a little tomboyish at the time as well when I was growing up. So I was like, oh, I like her. Like, you know, she rough around the edges and everything. I love that about her. So them now, you know, I love me some Drew McIntyre. I love me some Drew. And as far as female wrestler, I'm gonna have to go with Bianca. I gotta ride with Bianca to the wheels fall
Real.
off. She can't do no wrong in my eyes. I love her down with everything in me. Now it's a few other women I love too. I love the whole women roster, but as we gonna pick Bianca, I'm betting on her with every penny that I got with anything.
Oh, yes. I'm with you
Mhm.
on that. She my go-to right now. She's my
Mhm.
go. How did you feel about her making the announcement on WrestleMania? What was your thoughts?
Oh, girl, I was toe up. I was toe up. I was over here hollering and
Same.
screaming. And I was like, oh, she back, y'all. You know, they finna, y'all better get it together because my girl finna come back. She finna. And then I seen she had that big thing. I said, oh, Lord, we ain't never getting her back now. We ain't never
Mhm.
getting her back. She gone. And, but I was so happy because I know watching their show, she was talking about being a mom and everything. And, you know, I'm a mom, I have a daughter, and it's literally the best thing in the world being a parent. Like no
Yes, it
matter
is.
how hard it is, I wouldn't trade it for nothing. It's the best feeling in the world. And I had made my video because I'm not sure if she saw it or not, but I was telling him like, Bianca, I'm telling you, girl, like it's no other love like your child loving you. It's the best thing. So I wish her the best. And yeah, I love it. I love it for her.
I gotta agree with you because I'm a mother too. I have a 3-year-old son, and the best feeling that I get for being a mother, oh my gosh, like
Yes.
you are totally right. Because it's
Mhm.
funny because I watched the show too, and I saw how bad that she wanted to have a biological child because she's already a
Mhm.
stepmom, which is also beautiful. But
Mhm.
just having your own is a beaut. That love is different. So
It's so
I got
different.
I agree with you on that for sure. Now, let's talk about content creation. I know you mentioned earlier that it's kind of like content creation, kind of like fell in your lap, and you just went ahead and did it.
Mhm.
Um, what are some ways in content creating that you feel like needs to like change as far as in the creator space when it comes to wrestling? Because we are starting to come across a lot of women of color that are content creators, and then just
Mhm.
content creators as a whole. What are some things that you think that needs to change in this atmosphere when it comes to content creators?
I don't think nothing necessarily needs to be changed. I think I like the way people do content creating. Some people, as far as like with the streaming and reactions and stuff, I do think it is some personal
Hmm.
with content creating, and I do think that's a little bit too much. I feel like, you know, with wrestling, we know these people, but at the same time we don't know them. And like with my content, you know, I speak on them, and you know, sometimes they'll say something about their kids and stuff, and I'll say like a little funny joke, and they'll, you know, come in and say something back. But I still respect their boundaries because at the end of the day, I don't know them like that. I just want to let them know, like, hey, I'm cool. You ain't gotta worry about me overstepping. I'm a fan, but you know, I know my limits. Like I know how far to go. As far as like what people should do, I think I would prefer to see people not doing the same thing as others. Like, you know, try to go outside the box a little bit. I know when I first started doing my reactions, a lot of people were asking me, why don't you show yourself? Or, you know, why you won't put yourself on the screen like everybody else
Yeah.
do? And I'm like, well, I don't want to do what everybody else do. You know, like I don't prefer to do it that way, you know? And some people are like, oh well, I like the way you do it because it's more authentic. And I'm like, I just don't prefer to do it the way everybody else do. I want it to be different. Everybody was doing it the same way, and I just wasn't feeling it. And I think what people have to understand is you don't have to do the same thing that everybody else is doing. You don't have to, you know, try to use this to get a viral moment or to be seen. Do something that makes you stick out from everybody else. You don't have to do the same thing that everybody else is doing. That's what advice I would give.
That's amazing. I always
Yeah.
feel like, a lot of people, if they're going to come into this creator space, because the word saturator has been going around as far as in the content creator word. I don't know if you've been seeing a lot of that when it comes to like them, like the whole back and forth. I think the real thing that people need to understand, if you're going to get in this space, like you said, differentiate yourself, as well as make sure you
Yes.
have a passion for it. Because like, what is the reason behind it at the end of the day?
Hmm.
So I really
Hmm.
loved your answer on that, because like that is definitely going to open up like, a lot of eyes for people who want to come
Yeah.
across being a content creator.
Yeah, and a lot of people ask me. I've received like some DMs or of
Mm,
people. They be like, "Oh, well, can you help me out?" I'm like, I don't mind helping nobody out. I try
right.
to speak to anybody I can, and some people will message me or they'll comment or they'll share my story, and I be trying to respond. I'm like, look, it's a lot of y'all. Hell, I can't
Yeah.
respond to everybody. Like, and I feel
Right.
bad because I'm not responding to everybody, and I try to respond to everybody. I'm like, look, I be trying, but y'all, I got other stuff I got to do, and then is this person, that person, that person, but I don't mind helping nobody out. If they ask me, I'm gonna give you an answer. Like, do you think this is something that you can deal with? Because if you put yourself out there and they don't like your stuff, that mean that are you okay with putting up with that? Because it's gonna be some people that's not gonna like it. Because there's some people that don't like my stuff. But it's
Wow.
that's what comes with it. It comes with
Yes.
that. It comes with it.
No, I totally agree. But you know what, from experience with being on your page and engaging with you, I feel like you engage with a lot of people. So
Mhm.
a lot of, when it comes to like the comment sections, I feel like a lot of people expect for you to reply to them right then and there and then as soon as possible, but they don't realize like what goes into it and stuff.
Mhm.
I feel like when you just heart something, that's a form of acknowledgement. But nowadays
Mhm.
you gotta fully
Yeah, they.
respond, and yeah, they
Mhm.
want the whole shebang and everything like that. And if you don't respond, later down the line, it's like you're criticized for it,
Yep.
because it's like, oh, well, they didn't respond. They don't have no engagement, but you like the comment at the same time. So you're
Mhm. Mhm.
acknowledging that I see it. But
That I
yeah.
saw it. Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
I don't. I try to reach out to as many people as I can, and I let them know like, hey, I see you, and this, that. Now, if you just feel some type of way, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Like, I try to respect
Yeah,
everybody that come across my page, every single person. I be trying to tell them like, look, respect everybody that's on my page. Y'all respect me. I don't care what you do, just be respectful. That's
I
it.
agree.
Yeah,
I
like
totally
yeah.
agree. Yeah. So I do want to ask, have you ever met any wrestler personally? And if you haven't, what are some wrestlers that you are dying to meet in person?
No, I haven't met nobody. The only person I've met personally is Miss Sandra, but she ain't a wrestler. She's a she's a seamstress, and she's
Yeah.
really sweet. I love her. I haven't met anybody else personally. Not line. They'll comment under my stuff and all that, but like met them, like had a conversation with them.
Yeah.
No. I've talked to Samantha Irvin. I've talked to her before. We've had conversations. Um, that's really it. Honestly, I would like to meet all of them, all the ones that watch my stuff or has commented under my stuff. I want to meet them just to see if they know who I am and say, "Oh, girl, I watch your stuff." I'm like, "You a lie? You ain't watching my stuff, girl." Like, no, you won't. Like, girl, don't tell me that now. Like, yeah, but anyway, I do want to meet Drew though. Drew, the number one on my list. But
Yeah.
anybody that has come in on my stuff or seen my stuff or like my stuff, I personally want to meet them just to see what they say about like how they reacted to it. Cause I genuinely want to know. Like, if they took their time out their day to laugh at something I done said, I'm be like, girl, what you watching my stuff for? Like, what you over there giggling at my stuff? Like, what you thought about that? Cause I don't want them to feel no type of way. But any of them that has watched my stuff, I would want to meet. That's how I feel. Any of them, I don't care.
Have you ever been to a live taping or like a PLE or WrestleMania?
I
Yes.
went to one house show, but that was before I started content creating. I wasn't
Okay.
content creating at this time. And this was like right before I started content creating too. But other than that, I haven't been to a PLE. I haven't been to no show. None.
Gotcha. Okay.
Mhm.
So if you had to choose, like, what PLE would you go to? Like, if you had to choose, like, WWE is like, hey, they reach out to you. You can go to any PLE. We love your work. Which PLE would you pick to go to?
Um I mean, I feel like WrestleMania would be the one, but if
Mm,
we probably talking about somewhere else, I would probably say probably Money in the Bank or SummerSlam, because they're like the biggest ones,
that's
outside
true.
of WrestleMania or Backlash. But
Mm,
yeah. That's if they invite me. Hell, girl, they invite me. I'm like, y'all lying. Y'all ain't trying to invite me nowhere. Y'all lying. Like, don't do that.
Listen, Tony, as soon as you get that email that they inviting you out to a PLE, I better see a
Girl,
reaction. I better
I'm a
see a
look.
reaction.
I'm a post. I'm like, y'all. I know they ain't trying to get me to come somewhere and hoot and holler. I know you lying. I know you a lie,
Listen,
girl. I'm sure
mark
gonna
my
tell y'all. I
words.
tell y'all. I tell y'all. And see, this is why I think people don't understand. When I post stuff, it's because I'm telling y'all because I mess with y'all. Like I really mess with
Yeah.
all y'all on my page. And if that was to happen, I promise y'all gonna be the first people I tell. I'm telling y'all immediately because I know they asked me today invite me to WrestleMania. I was like, nah, they didn't invite me. And they was like, oh, they should invite you. I'm like, it is what it is, y'all. It's okay. But
I
if
agree.
it happens, I'm definitely telling y'all. I'm definitely gonna post about it.
I have a feeling it's going to happen because,
Mhm.
not just the following, but it's just the commentary. It's something that, like you said, like I said earlier, the positivity, we need that. We need that.
Mhm.
It's especially considering like what's all going on in the sport right now behind the
Yeah.
scenes. Everything might look
Mhm.
glamorous on what's going on, like, on the episodes, but behind the scenes, I know for a fact like they would need somebody like with a spirit like you have. Seriously.
Girl, you gotta. I'm telling you. I be telling like, and I think it's just being where I'm from. Like
Yeah.
being from Mississippi. You gotta keep somebody in your life like that. Like you gotta keep high spirits. Being a
Yeah.
spiritual person. Um, somebody got to be the one that's gonna keep everybody together. To keep everybody on guard of like, okay, it's gonna be okay, y'all. We in a rough patch right now, but it's gonna be all right though. It's gonna be okay. We ain't gotta worry about that. Like God always say, don't worry about tomorrow. Don't worry about right now. He gonna handle it. So a
Yeah.
lot of people be telling me, on my page, they be like, oh well, you be making my day. I be feeling sad. I go to your page to make me feel better. And that do make me, feel good because I came on here to feel the exact same way because I was in that dark spot.
Yeah.
And it's definitely a good feeling. And if they do decide to do that, I will be honored. If it don't, I'm still okay with that. I'm happy to even be where I'm at now. That's fine with me. So if it does happen, I'll be thankful.
Excellent. And this which brings me to this next question I want to ask you. I want to switch gears. So, like I said earlier, there's a lot of kind of like negativity that's going on behind the scenes with WWE and the whole TKO situation.
Mhm.
So, reaction videos are amazing. Like I tell you earlier, like your reaction videos are like top tier. With WWE and TKO, they are cracking down on reaction videos and
Mhm.
banning users. Tell me your thoughts and let me know. I just want to know, how do you feel about that, considering most of your content is based off of reactions?
Mhm. To be honest, if they do it, I can't really do too much about it because I mean I'm watching y'all stuff. I ain't got no hand in this. I'm not gonna lie, I am gonna feel some type of way. I am only because that's how I branched out. And the fact that y'all employees even like my stuff, y'all employees always watching my stuff, and I enjoy making them laugh, because they go through rough patches too, and they
Yeah.
wanna hear somebody make them laugh or somebody watching them and enjoying somebody watching them, and it's certain fans that they probably be second guessing some fans. They not sure about all fans, but I want to be that one fan that they know that okay, I can not necessarily trust. I feel like that's too much, but I know that she cool though. Like I wouldn't have to worry about her being on no weird stuff because that's not it. I'm definitely gonna feel some type of way a little bit, but at the end of the day, it's like, I mean, I this is y'all stuff. I can't have no choice but to let it go. I don't like it, but
Yeah, me neither.
we're just gonna have to eat it. We're gonna have to eat it. I hate the way things is going with them. I really do. I wish it could get better, and you can tell that it's really bad because just the way the wrestlers are going and they're talking and the stuff that they say on the internet. You can tell it's pretty bad, and I hope it get better for them. I really do, because it's not good.
No, I hope so too. And I don't know. Are you on Twitter as well? Like, are you on Twitter?
Now, my friends, they send me stuff on Twitter when there's something going on.
Gotcha.
I'm not on there. I was. Twitter's a little chaotic for me. I'm a little bit too spiritual to be on there. They do too much. But
Yeah.
yeah, but every time something does happen on there, my friends, they'll send it to me and I'm like, what in the excuse my language, the hell is going on? Like
No, yeah. What
yeah,
like
like what is happening? Like it's sick a little bit,
yeah.
It's sad. It's really sad.
It's very sad because I'm on Twitter and I just, see some of the tweets that are from the superstars and like just their
Mhm.
frustration and just their concerns, let alone when it comes to their livelihood.
Yeah.
It's just a really hard to watch. But
Yeah.
I just pray that TKO and I'm gonna say WWE to have some type of empathy when it comes to the fans, because at the end of the
Mhm.
day, like the fans are the ones that are supporting the
And watch
platform.
it.
They're
Mm-hmm.
watching that the money coming from us. I mean, it's bad enough that ticks are so high, kids are
Yep.
not able to like join the festivities. It's just making it so hard. But people are still going to talk about WWE because they love the product. That's
Yeah.
never going to stop. But I just
Mhm.
think that reevaluating, as far as, yes, it's about money and making money, but there's ways to go about it at the same
Yeah.
time.
And we understand that the economy is high. Like we going through it too, so we understand that stuff is going, increase. Cause look at gas. Like gas high as hell right now. Like, like we get that, but at the end of the day, if y'all want us to be there, y'all gotta make some arrangements for us too. Like we
That is
gotta,
true.
like we can't just pull it out and that's it. Like it ain't growing on trees, hell. I mean, we gotta find some way to get around too. So yeah, I think they definitely need to come together and figure that out. Cause baby, that's why I ain't been nowhere. Cause I'm like, baby, I ain't got nobody to go nowhere and y'all charging like that. No.
Same. I was like, listen, with gas, I'm in North Carolina. So like with gas
Mhm.
being like almost $4, it's just like, you
Mhm.
know what? If you are working from home at this point, I tell people all the time, stay working from home, because
Mhm.
the way the gas prices is going up, this economy. And that's where I bring it back to, like, wrestling is the escape from all of the negativity that's going on, but they're
Mhm.
contributing to the
Yep,
negativity. So
that's what
like
it is.
it's just like, come on.
It's
But
like
I just
we ain't got no escape. We ain't got no
yeah.
escape because it's everywhere. It's
Yes.
everywhere. And it's like this is supposed to be our escape. And then when they say, oh well the fans do, I'm like, well, how do y'all expect us to feel though? Like, do y'all think that? Like, how do y'all want us to feel when all this stuff is going on that y'all doing? Like we can't
Yeah.
we can say whatever we want. It's a free country, but y'all can't expect us to be okay with everything that y'all are doing. It doesn't happen like that. The world can't be perfect like that.
That's true. That was
So
beautiful. Yeah.
yeah.
No, I really appreciate you giving like the insight and feedback on
Yeah.
that with me.
Yeah.
But I want us to get into some fun. We're gonna get into some activities, okay?
Okay.
So we're gonna
Okay.
play a little game. It's called Marry, Date, or Dump. All right.
Ooh.
Yes. So here's the thing. I'm gonna give you three names. You could put them
Okay.
in any category that you want to. So are you
Mhm.
ready?
Yes,
We're gonna
girl. Ooh, Lord have
okay.
mercy.
All right. First one is going to be the Judgment Day edition. All right. We have Finn Balor, JD, and Dominic Mysterio.
And it's Mary Kill what?
Marry, date, dump.
Mayor Day dump. Okay, we dumping JD off the rib. Dumping JD off the rib. I wouldn't marry Dom because I'm not. I would marry Finn and date Dom. Yeah, yeah.
You would have to deal with Dom shenanigans, so I can
Yeah,
understand
that's why
why
I
you
said
just
date
going to
because I ain't
date.
gotta I ain't gotta deal with it forever. I ain't gotta deal with it forever if I marry him. So I'm like, yeah, date you one time and I'm gone and then I'm gonna marry Finn because yeah,
I'm marrying
no,
your
we ain't doing
homeboy.
that.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
marry your homeboy.
yeah, yeah, no, cause we're not doing that. We're not doing that.
No, I
Yeah.
agree. All right,
Mm-mm.
next up we got Penta, Dragon Lee, Rey Mysterio.
Oh, that's hard. That ain't as easy as the first one.
Yes.
Oh, that's hard. Oh, that's hard. Wait a minute. Okay. Oh, that's hard.
Ooh,
Okay.
that's
Okay. Okay. Oh, okay. So I would marry Ray because baby, he love him some Angie. So he definitely gotta be treating her. Ooh, yeah. So I would marry Ray, even though he wouldn't marry me, but I would marry Ray. I would date Penta, and then I would dump Dragon Lee. Dragon Lee fine though, don't get me wrong. He fine, but if I had a choice, yeah.
you gonna get bad to Penta. You gonna date Penta. I feel it. I feel you gonna do the little walk with him too
Girl, to
on that
walk with
date.
him, girl. You girl and wood
Yes.
and wood
Yo, that walk is ill. All
every
right.
song.
Yes. Oh, this is a funny one. All right, you ready for
Okay.
this one?
Mm-hmm.
Our Truth, Danhausen, Kit Wilson.
Oh, oh Lord. um, I would. Oh gosh, I would probably marry Dan Housen because I feel like he would keep me on my toes. I would date Truth and dump Kid because Kid he too pretty for me. So I'm like, yeah, no, yeah.
You know what? You went the right way by picking Danhausen because I think if you didn't, you'd probably be cursed.
And is that and you see what you see? Yeah, we here.
Yeah,
That's why I
we
say he'll keep me on my toes because I'm like, yeah, no, baby, you ain't finna get me. You ain't finna get me. You not getting me today. No.
listen. That was a good one. That was a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, we got the last one.
I feel like I know what this gonna be.
Cody, Roman, John Cena.
I knew Roman was in it. I knew Roman was in it. I knew it. I would. I don't know. Could they all? Okay, I would dump John. I wouldn't want John. I would marry Cody because Cody seems like, even though Cody seems like he can be a little, from what Brandy say, he could be a little childish and work nerve wracking.
I
I would
heard that.
marry Cody because Cody seemed like he a good husband. He seemed like he's a great husband.
Oh,
I would
definitely.
marry Cody and then I would date Roman.
So why would you date Roman? What I need a piggyback off of that.
Well,
Because Roman my second husband. That's why
but see, that's what I'm saying. It's like, cause I mean, Roman seemed like, well, you know what? I don't know if I could marry Roman because you know what, Roman. I feel like the way I am, Roman be a little bit too flirtatious in the eyes. The way he be looking and doing all that. Yeah, no, don't make me mad. Don't piss me off because when you come home now, I gotta slap you in your face. Because why you doing all that cute stuff? You trying to get them folks to look at you, and yeah, don't do all that. Don't do all that.
oh,
Don't
so
he too.
the aura is just too much for
It's
you.
too much. Yeah, like I don't even, girl, no. But and that's why I'm like, but see, his wife, she fine too, so she can leave level up with his aura. So I'm like, you know what? That's why y'all match because you just as fine as he is. But see,
Yes.
yeah, no, I wouldn't. No.
Okay. So I see why I see why you read that route. Now that was fun as hell. I'm not gonna
Yeah,
lie.
it was. It was.
That was fun. That was fun. All right. So I got my last question for you. All
Mm.
right. If Triple H hands you a pen, he wants you to
Oh,
write the main event for WrestleMania. Who who would you write down and why?
well, to be honest, I will write down a women's match because I feel like it's needed.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely needed. And I don't think they understand how that would turn tables around right now, especially in these, like how things is now. That would definitely help them a lot, to be
Yeah.
honest. Some people ain't gonna like it, but the hell with them. It is what it is. Um, I would probably book a triple threat with Bianca, Naomi, and Jade.
I'm with that. I'm definitely with that. I think that
Hmm.
right there will make money, and I think the build
Hmm.
they should be able to capitalize on that build really heavy considering like history that's already took an effect. So yeah,
Exactly.
I like that.
Exactly.
I like that.
Exactly.
I think that would definitely need to be the next like women's main event if they're going to main event like they did her and Sasha Banks. So I
That would
definitely.
definitely bring in a lot of eyes. It'll
Mhm.
bring in money,
Mhm.
and it will make a statement too. Of course we don't want them to fight each other. Like we don't want that. But if we going based off, because we know it's a storyline, of course. But money, y'all want money.
Mhm.
There it is. It's sitting right in your face.
It definitely is.
Sitting
And
right
it's
in your face.
and it's crazy because I do want to, we both are fans of the women's division. I do want to ask you with WrestleMania, how did you feel about the cards on the match, like the matches? Like, how did you feel? I just want to know your opinion.
To be honest, I'm gonna be for real. I wasn't really excited for it. I really wasn't. Not like I was for WrestleMania 40. I think that was
Yes.
WrestleMania
Hmm.
40. You could not get me to stop talking about it. I was talking about it every single day. I was so excited. The build was amazing, and then it
Rewatching
just
it like
went.
crazy.
Yes, it went
Hmm.
downhill so quick after that. Um, the only thing I'm gonna tell you, the only thing I was excited to see was Oba beating up Brock Lesnar. That was the only thing I was ready to see. The women's matches, like it just happened too fast, and it just didn't seem like the stories made sense. Like none of it made sense. They didn't take time to think things through. I feel like, and it
I
just
agree.
no, no. I don't think it was that it
Thought
definitely
out.
wasn't their best work. It was not their best work at all.
Oh, I totally agree with you.
Yeah.
Now, my last question is, I want to know how did you feel about Jay's performance with her and Rhea?
Now I'm gonna be honest, like I love Jade. Love Jade.
Hmm.
Um, I'm gonna be honest, I do think it is a little bit of like, here and there that, you could tell that she, needs a little, all on, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I do
Hmm.
think she did good, compared to when she fought what Tiffany last year, because that one was a little bit, ooh, like,
SummerSlam.
yes.
SummerSlam. Yeah.
Yeah.
SummerSlam. I agree with you on
Yes.
that one.
Yes. It was a lot better that. It was like lot better than that. She kept up with Rhea. You know, it was good. It was probably one of her best matches there. I'm gonna be honest, like one of her best matches since she been there. So it definitely was good. I think she's improving a lot, to be
I
honest.
agree. I
Mm-hmm.
agree with you 100%. I just wanted to know your perspective. I asked my last segment on what my one-on-one I was asking like, because I just want to hear like, I just want to hear women that, are fans of Jade. I want to know like, their critique on how they felt how she did
Mm-hmm.
because with the IWC, everything that they went through with that build, I just is curious to know like, people thoughts on how they felt about how did she overcome with everything that was happening with the bad build on
Mm-hmm.
top of that with her and Rhea, but then they kind of executed within the match.
Yeah, and I love Rhea. I love Rhea. It's just that it be sometimes where I feel like they push Jade a little bit too quickly sometimes. Like when she
Hmm.
first got there, I do think they pushed her a little bit too quick. I mean, you could tell she got it. I mean, she got the look, she got everything. Like the look is there. I just
Yeah.
feel like they definitely, skyrocketed her a little bit too quickly. But if she keep going, she going yeah, no, she definitely got it. It's just that it's a little points, some little points here and there that she just need to work on here and there. I do think the IWC did take it a little bit too far. Like,
Hmm.
y'all, it's not that deep. And I know it's some moments where, like, when I was reacting, and I say something like when Jay would do a promo, and I'm like, like between her and Rhea, or even when Rhea say something like, and they'll, oh, you don't like Jade? I'm like, damn, why? When did I say that? Like, I didn't even say that. Like, like
They're
I
so
didn't even say,
toxic.
yes, like, and then
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you this too before we go. I had
Yeah.
did WrestleMania.
Hmm.
Now Jade's entrance for WrestleMania was quick. It was so quick. I didn't even get to react to it. Mind you, I was doing something in the middle of it, right? So I didn't get to react to it. So I just left alone.
Right.
But I had got to react to real entrance. And then I had liked her gear. So I was like, let me do real entrance. So I did her. Somebody had come in and was like, oh, you ain't even do Jade entrance. I went slapped the hell off. I said, baby, let me tell y'all something. y'all might not want to come over here with that. Like, don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Do
The
not do
complaining, the complaining be at an all-time high for no reason.
girl. They will try to find any reason to think that you don't mess with somebody. Like, they be trying to pinpoint reasons, like, to say that you don't like somebody, and you know they'll think, oh well, you supposed to, you know, do this because this person is black and all this stuff. I'm like, why y'all think I'm not riding for our people? If I don't like certain stuff, or you know, if I don't agree with certain stuff, I have the right to say that. You know, that's fine. But
Right.
they start throwing the race card in there, and I'm like, okay, I don't know what y'all got going on, but I ain't got nothing to do with that, you know?
Yeah.
No.
It's the rage baiting. That's why I said, like,
Yes.
yeah, it's like it's it's the botch accounts. It's just so much
Mhm.
like that goes on within this community. And it's like, dang, you don't know whether or not if it's somebody genuinely coming to comment, it is going to be a
Mhm.
safe space, you know. But I'm
Mhm.
glad that you have the mindset that you don't let that get to you. You
Mhm.
continue doing what you're doing. And that's what I admire about you, because
Yeah.
we gonna have, and I call those botch accounts and those trolls, those comments, haters,
Yeah.
because it's like they're trying to find something out of the day. They're trying to find and nitpick with something. And it's like the IWC is already fickle when it
Mhm.
comes to like turning against on the superstars who they like. One minute they like this person, next minute they don't. It's just, again, wrestling is subjective, but it's just like, okay, now it's getting too toxic.
Yeah,
But
they do a little bit too much. And then me being from where I'm from, that race stuff, oh yeah, you're not gonna do that here. Like,
yeah,
we not
yeah,
do that here. And it ain't even just with Jay, because I saw when she was saying, they was saying stuff about her, and I'm like, y'all need to stop that. But they'll come on there talking about real race too. And I'm like, I don't care who it is. You
right.
not come on my page doing that. Like, these people be watching my stuff. Like, they watch my stuff, they be on my page. And I'm not gonna let them think that I'm tolerating y'all coming on here being disrespectful and
Yeah,
talking about them. Like, we not gonna do that. Like, you can say you don't agree with her promo, or you don't think that she could wrestle that good or anything. That's fine if we talking about the product. But when you start getting personal and doing too much, yeah, no, we're not doing that. We're not
yeah,
doing
that's
it.
a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like I said, I admire about the fact that you really like still continue to maintain a positive attitude, a positive
Mhm.
aspect with being a heavy content creator, you
Mhm.
know. So I really admire that about you. And yeah, I just want to say, Tony, thank you so much for coming on with me. I really enjoyed this moment with you. Like,
Mhm.
seriously, getting to like know, you know, your backstory on content creating. And I feel
Yeah.
like, you know, you are going to inspire others once we drop this video, as far as like, you know, wanting to become a content creator, and then basically like your story. So I just want to
Mhm.
say, seriously, thank you so much for coming on with me.
Girl, thank you inviting me. And yeah, I mean, if anybody see this, y'all want to be content creator, don't hell be one. We ain't doing nothing else anyway. We just sitting around, money, spending money and paying bills and stuff getting higher. Like, we literally ain't doing nothing, and you can make money from it. Make some
Yes,
money
you
and pay your bills. Like, ain't nobody. I mean, I don't get paid for it, but you know, I just
can.
you can. Yeah, it's possible that you can. So yeah, like, if you want to be a content creator, hell, do it. Like, girl, yeah, no.
I love it. Thank you again for coming on. This is Sylvia the
No
Siren
problem.
101. Appreciate you. Speak
Bye,
again, please.
y'all.
Bye.
You sound the siren, get it pumped like Big Papa, break them off proper. Thugonomics, no doctor. Y'all don't put in work, but you talk enough, and the talk is tough. Who your favorite part? We'll chalk it up. Spit an apple in your face like Carlito, the cannon on. I get to twitching like Braun Breaker, the damage on. I can let the trigger go off and trade your boss, and then you dropping down the card, the price of a loss. You shut it down early, blessing. I'm more Monday Night Raw attrition. I go to 11. My thoughts are sinister. Go run to the minister. You ain't getting the push, better go get your gimmick up. I black out like the Ministry of Darkness. Cartridge hit your cartilage, you jonesing around until a steel chair hit your chest. You should be weird, cause I'm nice with the tables like Carolina X. It's lovely like Laveau, that if you ain't Beyond the Bell podcast, you got to go, yeah. Beyond the Bell podcast, like, comment, subscribe, stop playing, and hit that notification bell. Cheat.